What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to do a spacer lift on an ATV. Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install spacers onto your shocks. And we're also going to be doing a little review of these new spring compressors that I got off Amazon. I'll put the link here. But these things are actually pretty nice. They're not like the cheap ones you get from Advanced Auto. They're actually really durable. I kind of like them. They really grip deep with the claws here. A lot of people said that they don't work on ATV shocks, and I just did two of them, so they're definitely wrong. Yeah, we're going to start taking this thing apart, and I'll show you how everything works. All right, so this is with the spring compressor installed. It takes just a second to kind of finagle them in there. Like this top part, you just need to twist that off to the side. This part, twist off to the other side, and kind of twist it into place, and they'll fit in there just fine. Like I said, very deep for like the actual where it grabs, which is really nice because like this one, it looks like it's barely off, but once it actually grabs and clenches down on there, it's going to be pretty high up, kind of like that one. So yeah, so far, I mean, really nice. Like I said, this is the third one I'm doing. Kind of got it all worked out. It's a little bit of a pain to get it off, but that's with any spring compressor. Um, but yeah, I'll show you exactly what I do, why I like it, and kind of the easiest way to go about it. So what I like to do is have two drills handy. You don't need like an incredible amount of force to tighten up these bolts here. Um, Honestly, they kind of go in fairly easy, and for what I'm doing, I'm installing a 2.5-inch spacer. So this just needs to go right up there. So that's about as much room as we're looking to take off. What you're gonna do is start, it doesn't matter which side, and you're gonna rotate back and forth. So hit that one a little bit, then hit this one a little bit. And you can already see it's starting to release a little bit. And you just want to work your way back and forth. You can leave your drill on there. Mine's just a little heavy, but you're just going to want to work it back just a little bit. And you see even right now, that's barely any tension on there. Nothing crazy. This is already loose, ready to come out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's definitely loose right there. That thing will slide out. I'm going to bring it down another inch or so just to give me a little more room to play with. But so far, so good. Everything's grabbing on. And it's nice to do little checks here and there to make sure everything's actually grabbing so the spring doesn't shoot off and, bust a window. Also, it's very important whenever you do this, you want to make sure that you see how the spring is kind of going off that way. You want to make sure you stop at that point and then work on the other one. You don't want to bring this one all the way down and then do that one. You want to do it a little bit by a little bit, just kind of work your way bouncing back and forth. You can see up there on the top, it's already starting to touch right there on the shock. And the reason why is you don't want to damage the shock on the inside. You don't want to damage the shaft, but also you just want to be safe. Bring it down nice and straight. Keep it on like a flat level surface. You can do this even on the bike if you want to. This one was a little tricky. I typically do these on the bike, but that's right now, looking pretty good. So as you can see, came down fairly easy. I mean, no real strain there at all. This thing's very solid. I could feel comfortable throwing this thing. I don't think it would come off. Now, as far as like this right inside there, that is a bushing, a little bump stop right here. Don't put your fingers in here. I don't care how safe it is. Just don't ever put your fingers in there. God forbid this thing snaps and you lose a finger. Always make sure use channel locks whenever you're able to. You just want to work this thing off a little bit. And this is just a bump stop. Pull that guy out of there. Make sure it's not cracked or damaged. Now, right now is a good time to check to make sure your shock's good. This one is definitely not good. As you can see, the shaft. It's okay if it spins. That's not an issue if it spins. But you want to make sure up and down play. Now, since I am putting in spacers anyway, this is just going to shoot this all the way up and keep it extended. That's kind of what I want. It's not going to be like the best ride in the world, but also this ATV is not going to be, off doing motocross or jumping ditches and stuff. This is just for around the farm. So now to install a spacer, very easy. This just slides over. There's our gap right there that we need to put the locking in, like that. Rotate it around so it's not going to fall off as you're loosening this up. And there you go. Now you're just going to repeat the process back, loosen these up, left, right, left, right, left, right. You kind of work your way back. So now if it starts doing this weird thing right there where it seems like it's not, entirely centered on there, it's just metal. So you can just move it, bend it. Yeah, I recommend large pair channel locks. And all you're going to do is just pinch it just a little bit against the spring. Like that. So now we're back to center, kind of. You just want to play with it just a little bit. Had some technical difficulties. This guy locked up on me, but she's free now. Yeah, all you want to do is just make sure it's centered, before you actually get this thing off. So you want to pinch it just a little bit at a time. You don't need anything crazy. Just pinch it. And yes, I absolutely could just use my hand and move it around or whatever. I just don't like putting my fingers in this general area, especially whenever I have a spring compressor on there. Too many bad memories. And we got it centered again, so we're just gonna do this one more time. That's the nice thing about this tool, is that it feels like it's very controlled. It's very, like the springs inside there, the threads, they all just seem like they're very greased up, very ready to go, straight out of the box. And there it is. So that one's installed. It's good to go. These guys are now going to be fairly loose on there. Like I said, it's a little bit of a pain to take it off just because how small this shock is. This is coming off of a ATV, but all in all, very good tension, very good control. I'm pretty happy with it. So if you get one that's like stuck on there like this one is, like it's loose, it's ready to come off, there's nothing like binding, there's no pressure on there. If you just need to get this off, you just need to look at the way your springs are going. Like this one's coiling right, so I need to twist left. As you can see, these aren't like perfectly straight, they're kind of at an angle. So all you need to do here is just really easy. You just want to twist it like this, give it a little pressure, and it should pop off like that. You're not going to damage anything. These things are angled. They're meant to twist and pull off. Like you can see, it's not like damaging anything. It's not cracking anything. This thing's made to rotate and spin. So it makes it real easy. You do want to make sure, like when you do try to go and take it off, you want to almost max this the guy out. But other than that, very impressed. It's a lot better than those ones you get from AutoZone. They're just kind of crappy. And then once again, check out your spacer on the top here. You want to make sure that this is, lined up as best as you can be. Now, I would say get it close here, and then once it's on the bike, you want to make sure you line it up. So I'll show you how to do that. Bonus tip here for you, if you guys are putting in new bushings. A lot of people like to use presses for these. Channel locks work just fine. Just work your way back and forth. Make sure you're not damaging them, so you don't want to like do any crazy amounts of pressure. You're just going to work your way back and forth. There we go. So one thing you may notice is the bottom one and the top one here. They may not be lined up perfectly straight. So if you're looking straight down on it, this one seems to be like it's cocked a little bit this way. It needs to be that way. There is no issue with you whatsoever to just go in here and twist it. Shock is designed to rotate like that. It's designed to spin. And then also, as you can see, it's not perfectly straight on there still. So we're going to fix that here in just a second. But we do need to get this inside here. So a lot of people struggle with this. doesn't have to be hard. Just make it as simple as you can. You know, get yourself a pry bar that fits in there, and you're just going to push down the spring. The spring is made to compress, so you're not going to hurt anything. So I had to get the camera out of my face in order to see what I was doing. I just pressed it in, just got it lined up. Then once you get it here, once you get it there, you just tap it with a hammer. It's going to find the hole. Just want to get it as close as you can because we're going to be doing the rest with a screwdriver. Also, I see a lot of people say, like, oh, to do this, you got to take the tires off and you got to take everything. No, not really. Just want to make sure it's supported in the middle. Blocks, wood, whatever you want to do for the middle of the frame. Take out the bolts. You know, always take out the top ones first. Rotate them out to the side. Don't ever take off the bottom ones first. That's just a bad idea. But you don't have to like remove everything to do your shocks and your spacers. You know, you just want to make sure that there's no load on it. You want to make sure it's not like you have like a giant weight sitting up here in the front, because this, I mean, it's very, very light up here in the front, and you can basically just lift it straight off. And like I said, for here, the rest of it we're going to be doing is just with a screwdriver. Just want to put your screwdriver in there, and we're just rotating this down just a little bit until we're nice and clear all the way through. Not rocket science. Let's see if I can get you guys a good view of that hole right there. And you want to make sure this guy is lined up as best as you can, and then you're just ready for the bolts. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or want to see anything specific, let me know. Until next time, thanks.